Hola, me llamo Señor Adams. Hoy vamos a hablar del subjuntivo, the subjunctive. To say that one person wants, suggests, or demands that someone else do something, use the subjunctive mood. A sentence that includes the subjunctive form has two parts, the main clause and the subordinate or dependent clause connected by the word K. Let's look at an example in English. In English, we could say, it is important that you study. Or, my dad insists that I do my homework. Or, I hope that we win the lottery. So, these things everything in the main clause, it is important, my dad insists, and I hope, these are all sentences. These can all stand alone. Everything in the dependent clause, none of these can stand alone. They're all dependent on the main clause. That you study, that I do my homework, that we win the lottery are not sentences by themselves. The subject in the first part of the sentence attempts to impose his or her will, wish, desire on the subject in the second part of the sentence. In Spanish, the subjunctive clause begins with que. For example, yo quiero trabajar. I want to work. So this is an indicative sentence. It's one subject. Right? It's just yo, I. In Spanish, we can say, yo quiero que tú trabajes. Now we have two subjects. Yo is one, and tú is two. I want you to work. So now we have one person wanting another person to do something. Okay? Quiero que respires lentamente. I want that you breathe slowly. Or, I want you to breathe slowly. Again, we have two subjects. We have yo, and we have tú. Okay? Now, have two people. It's connected by the word que. Next one is, sugiero que bebas agua antes de correr. I suggest that you drink water before running. Again, two subjects. One, two. Connected by the word que. Next is, el entrenador exige que los atletas estiren los músculos. Again, we have two subjects. We have the coach and we have the athletes. The coach demands that the athletes stretch their muscles. You can also suggest more general or impersonal ideas using expressions such as es necesario, es bueno, and es importante, followed by que and a form of the subjunctive. For example, es necesario que hagas. So instead of one person telling another person, you're just, in general, you're saying, it's necessary that you do exercises. Okay, last example. Es importante que los jóvenes coman bien. So now we're saying, it's important that young people eat well. So we have our impersonal phrase, es importante, then we have que, then we have our second subject, los jóvenes coman, they eat. Okay, so that's how we use it. Let's talk about how we form the subjunctive. Okay, to form the regular subjunctive, drop the O ending to the yo form of the present tense and add the present subjunctive endings to the stem of the verb. Okay, what does that mean? Let's take saltar. Saltar means to skip, and it's a regular AR verb. So we're going to conjugate in yo, so salto. Okay. Then drop the O, so we have S-A-L-T. Then add our endings. So we've got salte, saltes, salte, saltemos, saltais, salten. So what we can see is the AR endings take on more or less what the ER endings would be. So that's for AR. And we're going to notice that the yo form and the usted el ella form are the same. They're both salte. So we have to notice that. Okay, let's look at an ER verb, conocer. To know. Now, conocer is irregular in the yo form. It's conozco, C-O-N-O-C-C-O. So if we drop the O ending off of that, we've got conozca, conozcas, conozca, conozcamos, conozcais, conozcan. So now we see why it's important to conjugate in the yo form first. Okay. Now let's look at decir. Decir means to say or tell. Decir is yo digo. So it's a go verb. So now we can see where these forms come from. Diga, digas, diga, digamos, digais, digan. So we have that G in all of those forms. Okay, pay special attention to the go verbs and stem change yo verbs. Okay, so we see the go verbs. We saw that with decir because of digo, right? All right, let's look at some other examples. Okay, tener, to have, right? And yo form is tengo. Okay, now we drop the O, and we've got tenga, tengas, tenga, tengamos, tengais, tengan. So we have that G in all of those forms. And we see that the ER verbs kind of take the AR endings. A, as, a, amos, ais, on. So we could say AR takes the ER endings, and ER, IR take AR endings. Right? So it's like opposite. Okay. Okay, let's look at some of these other verbs. Poner, we've got ponga, which is put. Venir, venga, which is come. Conducir, conduzca, drive. Construir, construya with the Y, which is construct. And recoger is recoja, which means pick up. So we can see the yo forms changing into subjunctive in that part. Okay, the cargars are verbs. Now, if we have a verb that ends in CAR, the C changes to QU. So tocar changes to jo toke. If it's a GAR verb, G changes to GU, jopage. If it's a ZAR verb, Z changes to C, organizar changes to organice. So that's how we would conjugate it for the subjunctive. The CAR goes to QU, GAR to GU, and ZAR to CE. And then that stays the same for the rest of them. So if you had the to form, it would be to toques, T-O-Q-U-E-S, right? L-T-O-Q-U-L, toque. Okay, so you keep that spelling change for all of them. Okay, I hope you're starting to understand subjunctive a little better. Adios.